Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day today. It is Wednesday, hump day, the middle of the week. Hope everybody's having a great week, a great productive week. If you, for some reason, you've been hiding under a rock and you don't know who I am, I'm just playing. I am Ryan McCrary, the CEO of McCrary Financial Solutions, where we provide financial solutions through entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and digital marketing. If you watch us on replay, please do me a favor, type replay down in the comments. Let me know who you are, where you are from, and if you have a business, drop the link to your business, because I'm all about helping other entrepreneurs. We as entrepreneurs in general got to stick together, because anybody who's an entrepreneur that knows entrepreneurship is very, very tough. It's very, very tough, especially in the online space, because it changes so much. Things change daily. You got to be on top of your sales. You got to be on top of your books. You got to be on top of your marketing, whether that's email marketing, whether that's digital marketing, whether that's Facebook ads, whether that's YouTube ads, LinkedIn, however you are getting traffic to your website or to your storefront. That's a constant, battle, struggle, constant process, constant tweaking, whether it is, your operations, how you handle your orders, whether you do drop shipping, whether you have a fulfillment center, whether you ship out of your house, whether you ship out of your store, whether you ship out of your retail location, whatever the case may be. Being an entrepreneur is a daily struggle, just a daily process, daily learning, but it's the best job I've ever had in my life. I will never fire myself. I love what I do. I love waking up every morning. I love being able to create my own schedule, be my own boss, and truly build a legacy. You can't build no legacy at a job. No disrespect to the 9-to-5ers, but you can't build no legacy for a job. I speak for the people that want to build a legacy, that truly want to make a difference in the world, that truly have a purpose in life. That's who I speak for. So shout out to all my entrepreneurs, all my financially literate tribe, people who want to be financially literate, people who are financially literate, people who are training their children on financial literacy, because I didn't learn financial literacy growing up. I didn't think about how it's important to have a good FICO score. I didn't learn about, how it's important to be a landlord, not rent from the landlord, be a landlord. I didn't learn about investing in the stock market. I was watching something the other day. Jeff Bezos was talking, founder of Amazon. He said in 1996, I believe, or 7, they went public. Either 96 or 97, Amazon went public. I think the shares were like under $2. So imagine, a lot of us was, I was born in the 80s, 1987. So I was alive in 96, 97. I remember the 90s, like vividly. So imagine if back then, just 20 years ago, you or somebody in your family would have purchased maybe 1,000 shares of Amazon at $2 a pop. With the income tax money, they said, all right, we ain't gonna buy this new car, we ain't gonna buy the flat screen, we're not even gonna take a vacation this year. But it's this, new company, Amazon, or whatever, Apple at the time, Netflix, Blockbuster could have bought Netflix in 2000, when the last time you rented a movie from Blockbuster. So imagine if somebody would have took that money and invested in Amazon. Amazon now is trading for I think it's like $1,500 a share, something like that. But in 1997, it was $2. It was $2. But a lot of us aren't thinking about asset accumulation. So now if you have an extra $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, and you want to buy some shares of Amazon, I still don't think that's a bad investment, because in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, how much do you think Amazon's going to be trading at? But we need to be talking about asset accumulation. Asset accumulation. I remember when I was little, we always used to talk about going to school, going to college, trying to get in the best college, couldn't wait till I turned 16 to get that brand new car. But, and I couldn't wait to grow up so I can have a job and have a great job. You always think, career day. What do you want to be when you grow up? I never heard anybody ever say, oh, I want to be a real estate developer, or I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a business owner, or, I want to work on the stock market. I never heard that growing up. If I would have heard that, I probably would be a millionaire by now. So why is that important? That is important because we live in America. This is America. This is not Europe. This is not any other country that is not based on capitalism. This is America. America is based on capitalism. So if you want to live the so-called American dream, especially as an African American, you need to be acquiring assets. You need to own things. What are the 3 asset classes you should be owning? Number 1 is real estate. They're in no order, by the way. Real estate. So what is your plan to acquire some land, some ownership, something that will appreciate in value? What is the second asset you should be thinking about owning? Stocks and bonds. You can buy a share of stock for less than your phone bill. You can buy a share of stock for less than your cable bill. But are we thinking about it? Is that high on the priority list? When you get paid every 2 weeks, what's high on the priority list? Rent, mortgage, car payments, student loans, children, cable, car insurance, all that. Where do assets fit into that puzzle? If you have a job, I hope you're investing in your 401k. That's definitely a great start. If your company matches, even better. But what else are you acquiring besides that? Are you starting an IRA, an individual retirement arrangement? Whereas though you can, have your 401k through your employer, but you can also have your own IRA. Are you investing in mutual funds? Are you investing in annuities? Are you investing in crypto? Are you investing in just general stocks, marijuana stocks or Netflix or Apple, all the products that you consume on a daily basis? Because this is what I do. I literally, whatever I buy, if I go to Target, if I go to Walmart, literally if I go anywhere, this t-shirt right here is probably Gildan or something. I have a few shares of stock in Gildan. Whatever I use, I also acquire ownership in. Why? Because that's equity. Because that's ownership. Now you have a say. Now I have a say, you have voting rights. You can vote on who you want to be the next CEO. You can vote on who you want to be on the board. Stuff like that. That gives you power. That gives you equity. And the third asset that you should be thinking about investing in is just business. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship will change your life. Even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, entrepreneur is definitely not for everybody. So if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, that's fine. But you can still invest in a business. Somebody just called me. There's a company, I believe, a website. I think it's called Seed Invest. Seed Invest. Go to Seed, SEED Invest.com. They have like weekly or monthly webinars where they have different companies, new companies that you can invest in. And they're made for people with smaller budgets. Just like, kind of like Jay Morrison's crowdfunding initiative where, he gave investors the ability to invest in, land or securities or property without, having to have a huge investment. So that is actually something good that I believe Obama passed with like the equity crowdfunding. So it gives, people who have smaller funds or smaller budgets the ability to still invest, in new startup companies, to invest in, real estate crowdfunding without having to be a quote unquote accredited investor, which, you need to make like $250,000 a year or have like $1 million in liquid assets or something like that. That you have the ability to do. So ownership is definitely the American dream. So we as a community need to be talking about it more. That's all I'm saying. We need to be talking about it more. Before you get fly, before you buy the new car, buy the real estate, buy the stocks, invest in that business, start that business. If you're on the fence, if you hate your job and you're on the fence and you're like, I don't know what I should do, I definitely want to leave, but I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Make a plan. I can definitely help you. I've talked about this in previous videos. Developing a strategy for to leave the corporate plantation or your job, or if you 9-to-5 job may not be corporate, but you can develop a strategy to leave. So today, if you say, if I quit my job today, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. I don't know how I'm going to take care of my kids. I don't know how I'm going to pay for my car. That's okay. But you can develop a plan to say 12, 24, 36 months from now, I can do that. I can start, saving money right now, extra 100, 200, whatever. I'm going to start putting into an emergency fund of liquid assets. So I have money, say 3 to 6 months worth of expenses already saved. So I have that to fall back on. I'm going to increase my investing in my 401k if I, God forbid, had to tap into those funds or other investments. I'm going to minimize my bills. I'm going to cut down my bills because I know if I start a business, I'm probably not going to have steady income. I'm probably not going to have as much money coming in as I did working my job, but you will have time. And in my book, if you haven't read my book, please go read my book. You can get a free copy at mindovermoneybook.com, mindovermoneybook.com. But I talk about how time is worth more than money. So, and a lot of people talk about like opportunity costs. So you may actually be losing money working on that job. And that's crazy to some people. And some people don't even think about that. But that's something that I thought about. You could literally be losing money working your 9-to-5 job. Well, how am I losing money? Because you don't know how much money you can make if you can build your own business, if you could do your own thing. If your job is paying you $50,000 a year, there's a way that you could make $50,000 a month. It may sound crazy, it may only be $10,000 a month. Well, if you make $10,000 a month, that's more than $50,000 a year. So you could literally be losing money. You could literally be losing money by working your job, but you have to be thinking about that. You got to know about all these opportunities. In my book, also, there's a chapter called How to Avoid Being Stuck in the Past, meaning you need to be knowing about the digital landscape that exists today with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. A lot of y'all just want to go on Instagram to put pictures up sitting by the pool with your ass out so you can get likes, not knowing that that same money that you pay, in rent or whatever, if you put that into Facebook ads, you could probably make $10,000 to $20,000 a month with the right product in the right hands of the right person at the right time by running an ad or just targeting people. But people don't even know about that. People don't know that you can target so crazy on Facebook. The people that just liked your picture, that just engage with your posts, the people that like whatever, whatever magazine or whatever show, whoever you're trying to target, you can directly target those people. You can have your ad in front of those people, and you ain't got to ask nobody. You ain't got to ask to get on TV. You ain't got to ask to get on the radio. You put some money up, and you can run your own paid traffic and have people's attention without having to ask anybody, which is revolutionary. Okay. So true. You lose money, mind and soul working a 9-to-5. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Thank you, Wenjuku. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Let me know if I didn't. Thank you. That's and it's something people don't even think about. Also, if you just tuned in, if you don't know me, I'm Ryan McCrary, the CEO of McCrary Financial Solutions and author of Mind Over Money. You can get a free copy at mindovermoneybook.com. That's mindovermoneybook.com. If you watch this on replay, please do me a big favor. Type the word replay down. Type your name, where you are from, and what your business is. I love reaching people all over. Like I just sent a book to Hawaii, which was crazy. I was like, somebody from Hawaii actually bought my book and is interested in reading my book and just know who I am or whatever. Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii, but I just sold a book in Hawaii. How did I do that? Through the internet. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, how the hell would I reach somebody in Hawaii by myself without any mainstream media, without any TV ads? People spend, big companies, huge companies spend millions of dollars every year on TV ads and nobody watches them. Millions and millions of dollars every year people spending on TV ads and nobody watches them. Who watches TV like that? I mean, people watch TV, but how many of y'all watch Netflix more than you watch TV? How many of y'all watch Hulu more than you watch TV? How many of y'all watch Amazon Prime more than you watch TV? Yes, so spending all that money on TV when people are watching on-demand content, people are binge watching shows, millions of dollars of advertising money on TV is going in the garbage. That opens up the opportunity for us to advertise on Facebook, Facebook or Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. Let me check the comments. Yes. So I assume you read my book. Hopefully you guys did pronounce it correctly. Yes. Okay. I'm glad. Thank you guys for tuning in. Phyllis, how are you doing? Thanks for the info from Washington, D.C. Okay. Shout out to D.C. I got a lot of folks in DMV. A lot of folks in DMV be showing a lot of love. If you haven't got my book already, again, I hope you did. You can get a free copy. It's free. Just cover the shipping. Go to mindovermoneybook.com, mindovermoneybook.com. And like I said, and another place I just sent a book to, which was crazy, the UK. Somebody from the UK, her name is Rosemary. Shout out to Rosemary King, I believe is her last name. She just bought 4 copies, not one. I got people in my damn city, people in my damn family that won't even buy a copy of my book, that haven't bought a copy of my book. But this woman lives in the UK and she bought 4 copies. I swear to God, I will show you my Stripe account. I will show you my Stripe account that she bought 4 copies, and she lives in the UK. And people in I got some family members who want to buy a book, but that's cool. I ain't worrying about that. But it's just crazy all through the internet. Having will order a copy. Yes, get your copy. It's free. It's been free since I released it, but it's not gonna be free for much longer because the value in there is just you could seriously pay $1,000 for the book and it would be worth it. I wouldn't charge that, but you could pay that and it'd be worth it. But for now, it's just free. Go to mindovermoneybook.com. If somebody watching, can you please type that URL in? mindovermoneybook.com. But do you guys have any last burning questions or anything you would like me to help with? I'm trying to help more entrepreneurs. I put a post up earlier about if you have a business, put the link to your business. A lot of people have been putting it down, and anybody puts their site, then I check out your site. And I just want to help because I clicked on a lot of sites, and some of y'all just need some help. You know, man, I've been in the game for 2 going to 3 years now in the online space, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to digital marketing, when it comes to online sales, when it comes to Shopify stores and ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft and automation, all that. I don't know everything, but I know enough whereas I feel as though I can help. So a lot of y'all, if I clicked on your link and a lead magnet didn't pop up, you need to have a lead magnet on your website. If I click on your website, there needs to be a pop-up. There needs to be get 10% off your first order. There needs to be get 20% off your first order. There needs to be a way for you to capture information because 97% of the people who visit your website for the first time are not going to purchase. So you have to have a pop-up on your website. That's number one. There's many other things I can say, but that's just number one. How did I become awoke? That's a very good question. I think honestly it came when I was like originally, my level of consciousness, has been growing as I've been getting older. But I think it originally came when I was about 16. I've read the autobiography of Malcolm X. And that literally changed my life because, growing up, especially me, my era, I'm a millennial, but 90s and everything during that time, when it came to black African-American leaders, who would everybody talk about? Who, when you're growing up and you read books, you go to white schools, but who's the only person that they're going to teach you about? Martin Luther King. And I love Martin Luther King. Everybody loves Dr. King, the real Dr. King, not the Dr. King that, they try to sugarcoat, the real Dr. King that woke up from the dream, that was talking about the Poor People's Campaign, that, was boycotting the Vietnam War, that eventually got killed. People always talked about Martin Luther King, but you rarely ever heard about Malcolm X. Some of you heard, of Malcolm X, growing up, you hear, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Everybody says Martin Luther King. But once I really read the book, that's when I was like, wow, that's when I really, I didn't even know, before I read that, at 16, I didn't know Malcolm, and I read the book before I even seen the movie. I read the book probably, like I said, I was 16, so it's probably 2002, 3. That's when I first read the book, and I didn't know, about his past. I didn't know all the, struggles he went. I didn't know he went to prison like that. I didn't know really what he stand for. He was the first person I ever heard talk about buying black. If you look up his speech, it was in 1964. It's called The Ballot or the Bullet. The Ballot or the Bullet. When I first heard that speech, and when YouTube first came out in about 2005, 2006, when I first heard that speech, The Ballot of the Bullet, that is why I'm sitting here talking to you today. Because that was the first time I ever heard him talk about black nationalism and black economics. I never heard anyone before talk about that. What he talked about is, in your neighborhood, the black community, you will let anybody come in and sell products. You'll let anyone come up and set up a store. You'll let anyone come and control the politics. You'll let anyone do that, but they don't let you do that because they're smart enough to know. They smart enough to know you can't go into a white community and open up a business. You could try, but you're going to go out of business because nobody's going to buy from you. Nobody's going to support you. So he was the first person I ever heard say that, and I was like, that makes sense. And then all I did was go outside. All I did was go outside, and I'm like, oh, okay, I go to the corner store. All right, who's running the corner? Who's running the deli? Oh, it's the Asians in there. No disrespect to the Koreans. No disrespect to nobody. They do what they do. No disrespect, but I'm like, all right, the Koreans is running the deli. All right, let me go to the other store on the other corner. Let me go to the poppy store. Who's running the poppy store? Hispanics. Listen, we close with the Hispanics, black and brown communities, absolutely. But at the end of the day, we're not controlling that community. All right, I want to go get some gas in my car. Who's running that business? Let me go look and see who's running it. Is a black person in here? Oh, no, it's the Arabs. It's the Arabs running the gas station where people buy their Dutches and they lottery tickets and they gas and they drinks and they chips and they soda and all that. The Arabs is running that. So then that's when it really started hitting home. I was like, we don't control any of this. I was like, we don't control any of this. So that was the first time when I considered myself, quote unquote, woke. You know, I'm still learning every day. I ain't perfect. They do what we allowed them to do. Brandon, what's up, King? They do what we allowed them to do. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, they do. And, we allow, that's why I don't get mad at them. Like, I don't get mad when people go and they talk about, oh, the Asians is killing with the nail salons and with the weave shops and the hair. And I'm like, all right, y'all letting them. You don't gotta go to them to get your, I mean, no, you want your nails done, of course, but you don't gotta go to them. I think somebody just opened up a black-owned nail shop in Philly, I think. But I'm like, you ain't gotta go to them. You don't have to. You don't have to buy a $200 yaki from the Asian. You don't have to. You don't have to go to the Chinese store and get the, 4-wing platter every other week or every week. Like, you don't gotta do that. That's why, like, with corporate America, I used to get mad. I used to get frustrated. But then after a while, I was just like, I ain't mad at them. They doing what they supposed to do. This wasn't built for me. This corporation wasn't built for me, so how am I going to get mad? That's not for you. That's not for you. Like, why are you mad? They didn't build that for you. So I'm like, all right, I just build my own. I'll build my own company. I'll build my own business. I sell my own products direct to consumer. Nobody can stop me. Do we really allow them, or do they get the license easier? That's a good question. I mean, of course they do get it easier. That's a whole nother debate. But with Dr. Claude Anderson, which I love that he talks about, is, immigration and how, immigrants can come into this country. They can get benefits, unearned benefits that black folks should have been getting since reparations, since slavery. And they come in and just get benefits. The government is on their side. But at the same time, I'm the type of person, like, no excuses. Like, there's no excuses. At the end of the day, we got our own money. So they may get an easier license. They may have easier startup. Their access to capital and funds and businesses and banks is easier. But at the same time, they're in our community and we build their businesses. So we control our own money, whether you get $100 a week or whether you get $1,000 in a week, you have control over what you do with that money. So you definitely have control over what you do with that money. So if you choose to, help them build their businesses, help send their kids to college, that's our choice. Of course, we've been brainwashed and, it's going to take years to actually overcome the mental slavery. But at the end of the day, man, we can't blame nobody but ourselves. We allow them, they can have all the licenses they want to have. If we don't patronize business, they wouldn't stop. Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they can have, all the licenses because you can you can go get a business and you can go set up a business in Chinatown. I mean, it'll be damn hard, but I don't think it's impossible. Go set up a business in Chinatown and you're going to go out of business. Why? Because they're not going to buy from you. So you can be the son of the mayor and get a grant, storefront, everything for free. You can be a multi-millionaire and just bankroll your own business and set it up in a community, but you still are not going to be able to grow that business because they're not going to support you. They're not going to buy from you. You put your business in a white neighborhood, more than likely they're probably not going to buy from you. I mean, of course, there are black-owned businesses in the white neighborhood. I know a guy a good guy who has a printer shop. He's a franchise owner, a black franchise owner, and he has his own printing company, and it's in like Bala Kenwood, which is like Lower Merion, like mainline white, like houses are like no less than $1 million, and he's a black franchise owner, and he gets business. You know, his business is doing well. People of all colors come in there. So you can't just say, you know, if you got a black business in a white neighborhood, they won't support you. I don't believe that fully. But at the same time, just know that people are more inclined to support their own. So, true, we have the control. Yeah, we definitely have that control. Like, seriously, that's why I'm the type, like I said, no excuses. Ain't no excuses, period. Whatever situation is, all the people that I know that have money, that are millionaires, that started with literally nothing from the ground up, they used everything that was against them, all their adversity, they used that to their advantage. That's the difference. That's the difference. After you read my book, go to mindovermoneybook.com, mindovermoneybook.com. After you read that book, read The Wealth Choice. The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. And he sat down with some of the biggest millionaires, black millionaires, billionaires, from Bob Johnson from BET to Damon John, to the founder of Ebony, the founder of Black Enterprise, Kathy Hughes, who started Radio One. He sat down with all these people, and what he came to the conclusion was, after doing his experiment, is the people that are rich and wealthy, they just think a different way. They move a different way. They act a different way. Their mentality is different. If they start in the projects, they're not saying, oh, I started in the projects, my mom was on drugs and I couldn't get funding for my business. They're like, oh, all right, well, I started like that. I started from the bottom up. I couldn't even afford to, buy something from the store to eat. But now I know I'm going to make sure my children aren't going to have to go through that. I started in poverty, so I know for a fact I'm not going to die in poverty. My children aren't going to be in poverty because I'm making a choice. That's why it's called the wealth choice. They're making a choice not to be poor. So if you want to make a choice to not be poor, you want to manage your money better, you have to make the choice. You have to make the choice. Okay, I have to read your book. Yes, it's free. It's free. So that's why I tell people, like, if you want knowledge, it's free. If you didn't buy my book and it's free, I can't help you. mindovermoneybook.com. I believe Brandon got his copy. mindovermoneybook.com. If I set up a nail salon in the black neighborhood, I'm almost sure my fellow sisters will not patronize me as much as Koreans. I wouldn't say that. I would say a lot of it's probably going to become the price, and that's another reason why it's hard for us, because we may have to charge higher prices, because we haven't been in the industry for years. They already kind of are grandfathered in the industry, so we may have to charge higher prices. So that may be the reason why people don't want to come, because they say, oh well, I can go to you, but I can go here. I can get it cheaper there. Yeah, they're Korean, but I can get it cheaper. I need to save money. So, that could happen, but I think, just giving people the incentive and saying, listen, come do business with us. Come do business with your own people. Don't just come because we're black, but I want you to come because we're an excellent nail shop. Set yourself apart from the competition. Whatever they doing, you do it better. Come in and get your nails done for free the first time. Grand opening, stuff like that. A lot of people aren't doing that. That's going to set you aside from the competition. If you tell everyone, your grand opening, your first nail appointment is free, use it as a loss leader. What is a loss leader? In a business, that's something that you give away where you may lose money on the front end, but on the back end, you make a whole lot of money. So if you tell people, listen, we're a grand opening, brand new black-owned nail salon in your community, come and get your nails done for free your first time. I guarantee you the whole neighborhood will be there and will support you, and they'll come to you from any time after that. Anytime after that, I guarantee they'll come to you just from that one time like that. All right. To an extent, bro, black folk will support other folk before they'll support their own. Absolutely. We've been brainwashed. There is a stigma associated with black businesses. It'll be here Saturday for tracking. Yes, absolutely. I thought you about when I thought we sent it out already. Glad. Please let me know how you like it. Definitely let me know how you like the book. People are, I've already sold over 500 copies since June. People are loving it. We're getting Amazon reviews, and people are giving it to their kids and their family members. So thank you, King, for getting your copy. But yeah, there is a stigma. And know what I hate too? You ever hear someone go into a black business and they had a bad experience, and then they say, this is why I don't support black-owned businesses? I hate that. I hate that because you don't never hear them say that about a white business. You never hear them ever say it about a white business. You go into a white business or any other business, whatever, just business in general. When you have a bad experience, you never hear no one say, "Oh, I ain't supporting white businesses no more." But as soon as you have a bad experience with a black business, y'all want to say that, or they want to say that, and I hate that. I literally hate that. If you have a bad experience with a black business, all right, go to another one. Go to another one, because I also believe, because a lot of people, buy black. We got I Buy Black. I'm part of I Buy Black. There's We Buy Black with Sharif. But I don't believe in buying black just to buy black. Like, no. Don't buy black if it's a shitty business. Of course, you find an excellent business that happens to be black. Yes, you should be going out of your way to support black-owned businesses. As a black person, absolutely. Why? Because other folks do that. The Jewish community, they do it. The Asians, they do it. The Indians, the Arabs, the white people, they all do it. So we need to be doing it also, but do not support a business just because it's black. Support a business that's black owned and has excellent services. That's why with my company, I try to be excellent. I try to be excellent. Anybody that purchases the book, you get confirmation. I let you know when your book's going to be shipped. You know what I mean? If there's any, I've had not a lot, but I've had some, returns, because, people don't put the apartment number, they don't put the address correctly, or people don't put the, street correctly. And I always reach out. Listen, this is what happened. Let me get another book to you. I don't just forget about them. You know what I mean? I always follow up. After you bought the book, how was it? Read a review. If you didn't like the book, let me know. If you didn't like it, I want to know. Not everybody's going to like the book. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to like it, but I want to know that. What can I, make better? I'm going to be having a second book within the next probably year or two. How can it be better? What is something that you didn't learn in that book, but you are excited about learning or you want to learn, something like that. Rodney, book came quick too. Yes. I'm glad that you got it. I believe you wrote a review too. I believe you wrote a review on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. I did see it. So thank you. Yeah, I try to ship them out quickly. But it's, every day, grind the business is trying to manage it. You know what I mean? Managing, over 500 books that I directly shipped. It is also on Amazon. A good number of people bought them on Amazon. It's on Kindle. I've sold some on Kindle and other places. But it's not easy shipping out, 500-600 books on your own. You know what I mean? And trying to provide tracking numbers and, trying to make sure it gets there correctly and trying to order them, from CreateSpace, my publisher, on time, to have them on time and run ads, run traffic and email marketing and all that. And still, get the book there in time promptly so you can, definitely sink your teeth into it. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know if this was helpful. If you watch this on replay, do me a favor. Please type replay down in the bottom. Let me know your name, where you're from, and if you have a business, drop the link. If you have any more questions, you can email me, or you can send a message right to the page. If you haven't got your copy already, I strongly suggest you go to mindovermoneybook.com. That's mindovermoneybook.com. And remember, the real American dream in America as black folks is ownership. The three main asset classes you should be owning is real estate. Number one, in no order, stocks and bonds, and business, entrepreneurship. So I can help you with 2 out of the 3. I'm not a real estate expert. I do have people for that I can refer you to, but I can help you with 2 out of the 3. So if you want to be a business owner, or you are a business owner, you need help building out your sales funnel or your automation process, or getting more business, more traffic, your website, anything, your email captures, I can help you with that. And I can also help you with the investing in the stock market through general information that I've learned years and years working in the finance industry, having my securities licenses. So please send a message to the page. Again, if you haven't got your book already, it's free. Just cover the shipping. Go to mindovermoneybook.com. That's mindovermoneybook.com.